Hello and welcome back for more Dungeon Descenders. Today going to be doing my Ironman challenge as usual. Once again with Series EV, though this time I am... Well, this is post nerf. SAM unit isn't available until level 35. And I am once again starting from scratch, which means I don't have any defenses to deal with the wyverns on Maga's quarters. Welcome, Chico. I know this challenge is still possible, so it's definitely dependent on getting a good weapon for it. Or rather, a good weapon early on for the wyverns. But just going to go ahead and get started here. I do oftentimes forget about the proper positioning here. I need to make sure that the goblin is getting hit by bolts approach on beams. I think I actually ended up mispicing that. And I can fix it. Be something like this? And this. Welcome, Ciderman. This last time after my run by it, and I had to start over after the nerf. I was able to get past Maga's quarters that time. Only for the boss not to stand on my beams, but to a festival at a park nearby just to check it out, and it was closed. That sounds annoying. Okay, looks like the goblin did go down to the beams, which is good. Just as you were walking back, you got snow. And when you got home, I was streaming. I was originally planning on streaming yesterday, but I got bribed. And today I was going to be helping Puzzle get ready for the cage lock, but I think that kind of fell through. Welcome, PB. And balls. Who bribes me not to stream? Basically someone gifted me to inspire you and wanted me to play multiplayer. Must have been that Ume guy. Close. Where? Last 5 mana must have gotten eaten. Oh well. Whose stream's that? I wasn't really planning on streaming that game when it came out. Okay, I got stuck there. Can I stop getting hit by arrows, please? And I already lost the XP bonus, so I don't really need to do anything on this wave. Kind of bites that I missed out on the experience, though. Should start building up here. Greyline Mizo correctly. I take a day off to play Spire 2 as well. It wasn't originally planning on getting it right away. And good multiplayer. It definitely feels like a middle ground between the board game and the multiplayer mod. They're probably closer to just using the multiplayer mod, because there is some coordination, but still not nearly as much as in the board game. Was I waiting for full release? I don't typically buy games on release. There are only a few exceptions to that. They got obviously Silktom on release. I got Fire on release. I got Hades on release. I think I got Solar Ash on release. And that's it, really. Is the only games I've ever gotten on release. Board game is not nearly as spammy. The numbers are smaller. Yeah, it definitely feels more like a cooperative game. Compared to say the Spire Choose multiplayer. And I think that's very much a good thing. I also think that a lot of people don't have the patience for that kind of thing. I'm super excited for the Downfall board game. I don't really know anything about that one. But yeah, the reason I say it's kind of a middle ground is because it actually has cards that interact with multiplayer. Like the board game does. But it still plays a lot more like the video game, unlike the board game, which Makes sense considering it's supposed to be the sequel to the video game. I need to remember exactly how I was building. I think I just picked up something that gave me a lot of tower health. Because otherwise I don't think my defenses would be so damaged. Yeah. Just going to go ahead and let my defenses take care of this. Get my experience bonuses. Pick up the items after. I think you sent me a link about it like 3 months ago. Is it mod where you play as monsters? You did mention that. I don't think I ended up looking into it. Reagents, look at what items I got. Hopefully a decent weapon for later. I could just go ahead and put this in this all in beam pulse. Then I can put a few points into casting rate just to make sure I can deal with the ogre. Before there wasn't much to look into, they announced there'd be a Kickstarter soon. Launch date is 24th, I see. Alright, so this is some good damage. No additional projectiles, but that's not something I should be focusing on. See, this might end up being better thanks to the additional projectiles and fire upgrade levels. But unless I'm able to level it up to I think 15 for the max projectile count, it's not going to be as good for dealing with the wyverns. So I'm not actually sure which I should go ahead and upgrade. I guess I didn't get any helmets that gave stats. Just resistances. Alright, and then in terms of just a stat weapon, get some hero health. There's some tower damage. Our casting rate, but I think our damage is probably more important. Hey, well, I can figure out what I'm upgrading Asterix Foundries and Forges. I forgot to mention the most important thing about Slay Spire 2. Did I enjoy it and how did the game feel? I'm not exactly sure. I did try out the new characters, and they are fun. But I'm not sure that I'd say the game feels like an upgrade to the original. Not sure whether that's what it's meant to be, and of course it's not completely finished yet. Try to put my blockades far enough from the crystal so it doesn't take damage from cobalt. I can go ahead and place 2 Croton beams on this side. That should take care of most, if not all, the enemies coming from here. First wave. And in terms of the returning characters, I don't think I have enough experience with them yet to really give an opinion on how they feel. Multiplayer is also a bit buggy currently. Ran into issues with disconnecting and save corruption. And for whatever reason, it lets you resume a multiplayer game without all the original players, but when you actually do it, you just get a black screen. Yeah, at least this archer isn't hitting the crystal. Go ahead and build out these sides more. Maybe that's not great math. I put up 2 proton beams on this side. That way the majority of enemies are taken out by them. And then I can put up reflection beams so that any archers that don't stand on the beams aren't able to hit the crystal. Any other mana laying around? And over here. And over here. Okay, I probably could have placed all my reflection beams if I'd actually picked up all the mana. Oh well. I'm going to try to avoid losing my experience bonuses. All 3 reflection beams up. Get more crouton beams. I need to make sure I get his chests open before the wave ends. Okay, archers on that side are taken care of. Let's try this one that was chasing me. Gonna pick these up. Let's put a few points into casting rate. Going to need some damage later. Come on. At the extra 4 cost. Max out the DU. I'm on. Did I leave mana anywhere? Little bit. Spend my mana. Open a chest. Didn't need to worry about my defenses anymore. Kobolds are spawning next wave. I need to make sure I don't died to those. Yeah, it is an early access game, so kind of need to expect that kind of thing to happen. Yeah, let's just put these in here, damage. Probably a little early to do that. Probably should have put that in tower stats. Need their mana sitting around, so over here. Now, well, looks like that's just about it. Then run to this side. And the kobolds. It's all the items picked up. Back to upgrades. Did my defenses get damaged at all by those? Doesn't look like it. If they did, it wasn't a significant amount. Okay, can this target? Right. Wait, what am I even doing? I was autopiloting and trying to target the beam that wasn't even there. I need to wake up. Run away from the kobolds. Okay, so they are actually hitting my blockade over there. They're just barely doing any damage. Ideally, I can get all of these up to level 2. Yeah, let's do that. And at the end of the wave, I can focus on our health and hero health. Butt cheats are all up to level 1. I believe that's all the mana that dropped. Yes, there's a little Brent. Welcome back. I did have my new emotes last stream, didn't I? Am I recalling correctly? Don't want those to light their fuses early. I don't really need to do anything on the non-ogre side. No, I can upgrade the blockade on whichever side the ogre is coming from. It's like metal. I just focus on my pairs. Might could have been done. Probably should have been paying more attention to the kobolds there. There we are. And now I need to decide on a weapon. Make sure I pick up all the mana because I'm going to need it for upgrades. It's for auto cells or auto banks. Like I got everything. Better weapons. That has a really high upgrade level for this point in the game. Okay, this unfortunately can't reach maximum projectiles. But has a higher DPS potential, I think, with the higher upgrade levels. I'm not actually sure since it has a significantly reduced charge rate. Its charge rate is kind of a big deal, isn't it? But compared to this definitely feels a bit slower If I'm gonna go for additional projectiles, I'd be going for this weapon. I should just stick with what I'm holding. Welcome, butterflies, and welcome, Real. Thank you for the health check. Health has been checked. The title, did I not set the title for the stream on YouTube? Thank you both for the bless. Wait, fix that. There we are. What have I been up to this week? Nothing exciting, I think. A lot of work and editing. Which I have made significant progress on, but not nearly as much as I would have liked to. Yeah, let's go with the game DPS. I think that's more important. And other than that, I've been playing some Astral Purdy. This just gives a lot of stats in general, but yeah, let's go for it. I don't think the tower health is that big of a priority. As I said, I played some Slay the Spire 2 yesterday. I beat Cage Lock. Has kind of gotten started with some people starting. And I've been trying to manage that. Currently, 3 different teams have already wiped, which is kind of ridiculous. My toasting, I was expecting... What am I doing? There we are. I was expecting it to be too easy. And evidently that's not the case. So like that for now. Once I get something better. I don't think any of these are better. I guess I Good and sell. Guess I'll hang on to that for the moment. Upgrade this to max. Deal with the wyverns. And that really didn't cost a whole lot of mana to upgrade. Hopefully this deals enough damage, we'll see. When will I be starting? Well, today I was going to help my teammate get set up. But I think there are issues on his end. So, I thought it was going to be next week, but who knows at this point. What setup was I using for this again? I remember this much. Okay. I know I changed my setup because I wasn't using defense units on SAM units. I think I stuck with the same defenses on the sides and just added more proton beams to deal with the ogre. I don't remember exactly how many though. Because it would be 9 total for physical beams and reflection beams. Plus another 30 for proton beams on the sides. For 39, which leaves 51 left. Which is slightly more than 10 proton beams. Oh wait, there is also the buff beams. Minus 12. That'll be 39. If I stick with the size proton beam, there's only 14 left. Okay, yeah, I remember. They have... I was basically gonna put an extra row. Why am I starting on this side and not the middle? Middle's the one where I didn't put up the beam. There we are. Go ahead and put these up. Don't think reflection beams are a priority at the moment. Goblin is not on the beam. Yet it's been kind of a mess trying to manage that with people already wiping and arguing about what the punishment should be when there's already a punishment laid out in the rules document, and people just not reading the rules document or forgetting the rules. I think I just got an email, but I can't really check it right now. Hey, I've also been waiting on sketches from my artist for kind of a while now. I finally got an email from VGen, except it wasn't actually from a message from my artist. It was just about... What am I doing? It's just a warning about scams. Yeah, Irons don't spawn this wave, do they? I think they spawn next wave. I should try to get all my defenses up by then. I was meant for wiping in that cage lock, because I'm not going to be eliminating teams. I think that's just unfun and would also have us ruin the balancing. Go ahead and get up my reflection beams. Welcome, Eternal Boy. And, but basically, they're supposed to get their Pokemon revived, but at a cost. Which is supposed to be all the other teams getting perks, but apparently people aren't really happy about that. I just need to put more points in beam damage here. How's the stream going? Aside from the fact that I accidentally forgot to update my stream title on YouTube, it's going well, I think. But I think the run's been going alright. Conversation's been going well, I think. Yeah, now I just need the extra beams in the middle, but yeah, this is where Wyvern starts spawning, so I need to deal with these manually. DPS on these isn't too bad. Looks like they go down to 5 shots each. Which is hopefully enough for when more wyverns spawn at once. Seems like an interesting game. It's kind of a tower defense action RPG hybrid. That's all the items picked up. Everything except the extra croutons. We can go ahead and put those up. Max out the defense units. More points in beam damage. Okay, all defenses are up. We need to upgrade the beams. Sides probably don't really need upgrades. I'll get everything up to 1 at least. So I should probably be upgrading the buff beams. If 4 wyverns per side this way of. That would not die. There we are. Will I come out at once now? And hopefully it still doesn't take much damage here. It's a bit more than I would have liked. And upgrade the bus team. Enough mana. I'll be lurking up with a great stream. Thank you. You don't feel obligated to chat at all. Does look like ads are starting in a couple minutes. We'll be taking a quick break when that happens. I need to survive the wyverns next wave. That's the main thing. Station cut. And I should be able to handle the ogres just fine with my defenses. Thank you for the bless. I want to make sure I actually open the chests. I'll check, give me 1 second. Health has been checked. Right. A lot of beams here I have to worry about upgrading. Let's get my physical beams up to level 1. Guess I don't think I got all the chests so well. We'll be taking the break right before next wave starts. Let me get these upgraded. Pick them up to level 1. And it is 8 wyverns per side. Let's be honest, the crystal's probably dying to the wyverns. Alright. As we're starting facing light bright here, I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, I'm back. Wave is about to start, which means I need to deal with the wyverns. Not sure how many of those shots are actually going to hit. Not enough of them. Next set of wyverns aren't spawning immediately. Really no point in me opening these right now, is there? I still want to risk losing DPS on the wyverns. Is we right? That's the big cluster. And I'm done. Oh well, I tried. Ren has been blessed one too many times, and you cursed me. Unfortunate timing, I guess. Yeah, I think I just didn't have enough damage there. Plus, I was a bit too squishy. Aw. I knew that going forward this was going to be a bit luck dependent.
Have you considered changing your specialization?
Okay, first of all, create new hero.
Hey, welcome back.
Oops. Want me to swamp again?
Planning a new adventure?
There we are. Didn't solve that.
I'd always give you a fair price.
I guess I don't really need to sell that right now. Create a mana token. I probably should go ahead and merge these. I don't anticipate the box space being necessary, but it might be.
Have you seen the cemetery? People are dying to get in there.
Is it better to just go ahead and do this than not? Right, on to the next attempt.
Etheria.
Hoping for a better weapon this time. Wondering whether I should have upgraded the other one, but the charge speed bonus seems lacking. I kind of doubt that it would have worked. Even if I was able to fully upgrade it. Well, maybe it could have. This is the run. Hopefully. I don't normally say this is the run at the start of a run. I think the one time I did, it actually ended up being the run, and that was during Hyperlight Drifter, but that was just because I felt myself playing really well that day. I played Disco Elysium. I have the game, but I haven't actually played it yet. I do plan on getting around to it eventually. But as I said, I am kind of in editing hell. It's been several hours or the past few days editing the next Dread and Bun video, and I'm still not even halfway done with the cutting alone, not to mention the audio. It's quite good. You also put it off for an extremely long time. Mark makes entire damage. Once you sat down and they came your attention to it, it was pretty okay. I think pretty okay and quite good are two very different things, but there are also other games that I really want to get into, but they would require a lot of time, which I just can't really dedicate. Like Pathologic. I've had that game for like a decade. It only has a few hours in it. If even. I should just pick that up. The errors are distracting me. Did not get hit by any this time. That's good for my experience bonuses. I think the way people talk about it far exceeds what it is, but it's a good game. I think I saw a meme basically saying, comparing it to a book. Sent it to my friend asking whether it was accurate, and I responded with another meme comparing it to Karl Marx's Communist Manifesto, saying this is more accurate. So, that's kind of the impression I have with its reputation. Running out of time. Just gonna pick this up. Honestly, not sure how worth it picking up the mana there was. Because letting it bank might have just been better. Okay, let's actually position this properly. These are all up. It's only to get the selection beams up. There we are. To try to get these upgrade in. Also, I should probably be opening these. Open these, upgrade the beam. Don't worry about picking up the equipment. I don't know why the orcs sometimes move very strangely around proton beams. Right, and then for this last wave, I don't think I really need to do anything. Dump coins in for attack rate. Bank mana. Guess I can look at items. Not really. Honestly, it's probably better if I just go ahead and start the leave and worry about that after. And pick up some mana mid-wave so I can avoid crystals despawning. Hopefully that's enough. And it's all I can do, really. Then start picking these up. I think I should have waited to open the chest. Some points in tar health. Waited until after the wave finished so I can again not worry about crystals despawning. So the reason I'm taking this weapon over this one is because of the negative charge speed bonus. Doesn't look like any of these stuffs are very, again, definitely worse than what I got last time. Unfortunate. Okay, these helmets are not very good. And this one's fine, I guess. This one is also good. But I think I would probably rather have the tower DPS. That's just a strict upgrade. Sure. I'll be honest, this equipment is not looking good. I don't think it has much of anything in the way of redeeming qualities. Oh well. Hopefully I can get better stuff on the next map. I think I missed a chest or two last time. I'll need to make sure I don't do that this time. And it's sad that I didn't get very good equipment since I think I played that map perfectly. I don't think I missed out on a single experience bonus. Or a single item. Guess I it is done better with managing the number of crystals on the map. Of course, the only one of those things that actually has anything to do with the items I pick up is not missing any of the items. But alright, and to the other side. Yeah, small amounts of damage with this weapon. And it's like half the DPS of the other one. It's kind of sad, but first only one of them chased me. Come on. I need B now. Get some more beams up. accidentally canceled that. Just barely managed to avoid getting hit. I feel so weak right now. There you are. Yeah, put points in casting rate. I should get my reflection beams up. I think there's still mana crystals I didn't pick up. They don't have enough for the third reflection beam. And over here, there's no way that's all there was. Right, yeah. Apparently that was all there was. Not sure what happened to the rest of the mana. At least they'll walk onto the Croton beams. Did you miss an L? You did miss an L. I just didn't have the damage to deal with the Wyverns. I need to distract this one. There we are. I also got some very bad equipment from the previous map. I feel very weak right now. Both weapon and armor are underwhelming. I think it's been pretty good about not missing any experience, though. Make sure I pick these up before they auto sell. Just really got out of the way in time there. Okay, and then now I start upgrading. Get these all up to level 1. Didn't have to worry about kobolds until next wave. Yeah, put more points in. What do I want to do here? Let's go with 5 points in casting rate. And put some points in hero damage after next wave. Now these at level 1. My upgrading priority wasn't the best there. Might have been a good idea to upgrade my blockade since they did take a bit of damage from the first wave. Okay. I kinda got stuck there. The blockades will be signed. Focus on the beams. Losing XP bonuses is definitely worse on later waves when so many enemies spawn. Just look like my physical beams are doing sign with the kobolds. This one's almost dead. But it didn't die, so we are fine. My There we are. I can put points in hero damage. Yeah, being set behind on experience is going to hurt. Is that all the upgrades I can do? I didn't upgrade that beam. Auto. Get this upgrade in. This upgrade in. Not get blown up by the kobolds. I don't think I have to worry about upgrading my reflection beams. And so I'll upgrade these up to level 1. Ogre has spawned. And I guess I'll get these upgraded. Not sure what else I'm gonna do right now. Oh, they came from this side. Okay. Position myself away from the kobolds, away from the ogre. Just repair the blockade. And that should... Yeah, the ogre's just gonna do it without me needing to repair my... Yeah, let's invest more in hero health this time. You know, lay down, hope I start streaming again. Well, that I'm doing right now. And I've only been streaming weekly though. Just trying to get caught up on editing. Alright, hopefully it got a better weapon. If it was a better weapon, not a good weapon, but it's better. Okay, this with upgrades can definitely be better, I think. At least at maximum upgrade level. And you know what? I've been able to upgrade things to max, so I'm just gonna go for it. That's definitely better than this is, I think. And the charge speed bonus is higher, the damage is lower. They get better armor. I don't know, this is still looking pretty bad. It's still looking very bad. This is actually decent for tower stats. The negative fire damage resistance isn't great. But I think I'm just gonna have to deal with that. And how about stat sticks? This is slightly better. I guess a bit more in tower stats. And then these I can just lock for later. Alright, and hopefully I can actually get this to max. I cannot. I really only get it up to 10. Oh well, I think I'm screwed. Probably could have sold items for another level or two, maybe. But without getting it up to level 15, I don't think I'll be able to take out the wyverns fast enough. We're just have to see anything else. maybe even upgrade if anyone can sold now since it's the first wave. And that's maybe a level or two. What I really need is level 15. It should be another 5 upgrades. And let myself get hit. There's no way this is the run. Okay, do you want to get these up? Okay, can I actually position this properly? This absolutely has higher DPS if I can hit all my projectiles, but the problem is at long range I'm only going to be hitting one projectile at a time. Which, for the wyverns, is not good. Yeah, I couldn't even get this at level 12, which is what I was able to get the previous weapon up to. I think higher quality weapons just cost more to upgrade. And anything that's going to be able to hit this many projectiles, or hit all 6 projectiles, is going to be too high of a quality for me to get it upgraded enough. Welcome, Alter. I'm doing alright, though, already failed one attempt on this map, and this attempt is honestly looking worse. I've been resting better. A little bit, I think. But have you been? And this is where I have to worry about the wyverns. And maybe try to quickly get upgrades in, but I don't know, maybe I should go for it. Sorry for being late. You do not have to apologize for that. Actually, pick these up. Over here. Sell everything. Upgrade this. I still can't get it up to the number of projectiles I need it to be at. I need one more upgrade level. Maybe that'll... Maybe I can manage it next wave? Oh, it completely... Forgot about these. Here we are. Just barely got to them in time. There's no way I get enough mana for the upgrade, is there? I really need it. I really need to get this wave. I don't know, maybe if I open up all the chests, pick up all the items right now, that'll be enough. Wait, I do have enough right now. Okay. It's actually very good. I think the run might be saved. Thank you for the bless and the health check. Give me 1 second. Okay, browser died. I think I was just talking about my run. Hang on. Off has been checked. And welcome, Coca. I did actually start stream at a reasonable time. Yeah, this weapon damage is definitely better. And it's similar at long range, thanks for the thanks to the fact that I was able to get it up to max projectiles. But its close range damage is much higher. I even taken damage this wave? I think you still have my experience bonus intact. And I should have zero issues keeping it that way. Let's probably start upgrading these for the ogre. Turn away from the kobolds. Upgrade these a bit more. Upgrade my blockades. And more beam damage. And it looks like ads are starting in a few minutes. I could potentially go for more weapon upgrades right now, but I've already sold a lot of items that potentially could have been better than what I was using. But didn't really have the luxury to check that. I don't think I'm in immediate need of more weapon damage anymore. Okay, so first the individual wyverns come out. And there's a little bit of a time gap. Probably they're gonna spawn very soon. Here they are. I should be dealing substantially more damage. I should avoid dying as well. Kind of an important thing to consider. Okay. The big wave is down. I'm still alive. Oh, more wyverns. Okay. Now all that's left really is the ogre, but ads are starting here, so I'll take my break and be back in just a few minutes. Alright, I'm back. Welcome, Neon. And Fritz, are you skimming my chatters again? Could just be the ogre left and a bunch of enemies that don't really matter. Because all the wyverns are down. Just need to keep this blockade alive. It should be in the clear. Come back, thank you. You bought 12? You bought 12 curries? Curry is hard to resist. I did not get much experience from that. Okay, I think... I don't know, what should I put this last point in? Yeah, I think I'm really desperate for the beam health right now. But it is a little low on the hero side. I might unequip stuff that gives char health. And I should be putting it in hero health. Kind of important. Welcome, V. For $12 million. I mean, knowing Fritz's pricing, that's probably how much it was for. Got yours with extra mail, how dare you? You know what? Okay, I'm not gonna time you out for that. But you're on thin ice. And thank you for the health check. Give me 1 second. Health has been checked. A different model since you were last here. Yeah, finally got my 2D model gun. I was in November. So, and it's done with the V-Ride model. Get my hair out of my face. Okay, less items to look through since I obviously sold a bunch to upgrade this weapon. And now that I think about it, should I just stick with this weapon? And I'll stick with it for now. Should at least last me through Castle Armory. not really seeing any potential replacements at the moment. So you haven't been here much recently? You don't have to worry about that. I understand that people are busy and I can't expect them to be here all the time, or at all for that matter. I trust that if someone is here, it's because they want to be here. And sometimes you just have other things to be doing. That's a lot of tower hells. Absolutely garbage resistances, though. I love being here, it's fun. Glad you enjoy it. Probably got here from a series of raids. Yeah, I think that was probably it. It's kind of funny how much raids can just chain into each other. Then you get some people who just don't raid, which... And sometimes you just don't have that option because you're in a hurry or something. But I don't think there's much reason not to otherwise. Unless you're... You just don't have anyone to raid with, like I didn't when I was still new to streaming. But if my stream's very comfy. Glad you did. I think it was from Quake's stream, actually. And maybe Blue or someone else raided into Quake. I don't know. Alright, anything give better stats? That I can actually use? I don't think you have a chance of remembering how you found my channel since it was a while ago. I'm not completely sure. I think the first time I learned of your existence was when I joined another streamer's Discord server that you were also in. And welcome, Juge. Hey, this is just better, isn't it? Not sure whether that's where you decided to look into my stream or whether you came in some other way, though. How do you look through the armor. I have everything locked that I want to keep for later on. Looks like it. Try to level this up more. Still can't get it to max, but it's good enough for now at least. Onto a chemical laboratory somehow. I didn't think this run would make it this far. I'm selling a bunch of items without looking at them. Obviously, isn't super good for long term, which is why I was hesitant to do it. But I didn't really have any other option. I knew the run was doomed if I didn't try it, so I just went for it. It's just the run. And I said I guess that's a possibility now. Of course, the next hurdle is this boss. The defenses can probably handle the kobolds. But it really is just the boss, I think. And they're the mages and servants' quarters, and of course there go warriors and whatchamacallit, castle armory. Okay, defenses are handling these just fine. If I don't need to use my weapon at all, then that's at least a little bit of experience I'm able to make up. Yeah, as I was trying to say, the reason I decided to just sell all those items without bothering to check whether they were worth keeping is because I was desperately in need of the mana and didn't think the run was going to survive if I didn't. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that I just knew that the run was not going to survive if I didn't. Thank you. Josh Stink. Let's try to beat Maze, please. You have class in the morning, so you have to go to bed. Have a good night, thank you, and I hope you sleep well. Doesn't get more beams up. You know what? I'm going to put physical beam on the other side. Bring you for the health check. Give me a second. Health has been checked. Richland beams are all up. Hopefully I don't need to use my weapon here. It's like I do. Right in. Got my buff beams. With the buff beams, I kinda doubt anything's gonna be getting through. Need to get the physical beam up to slightly tweak the placement. So hopefully the boss is a little more likely to actually land on the beams. So the items, get these upgraded. Open the chests, pick up the items. The bolts are not getting through. Keep upgrading the buff beams. I guess I should also mention, I kind of mentioned it in my Discord server. I've been watching the original Beyblade out of curiosity, and I think approaching halfway through season 3 now. I'm liking it a lot more than season 2 and probably more than season 1 as well. Okay, let's not upgrade the physical beam. That being said, it's not something that I would want to re-watch, I think. Moving away from the kobolds just in case. Right, it's Fuzz, am I enjoying it? I think so, yeah. I think a lot of my complaints about the first 2 seasons don't really apply. At least not my main ones. Suspension of disbelief is obviously something you're always going to have to deal with, considering it's an anime about fighting with magic cops, basically. I think it's 51 episodes a season, which is kind of a lot. I remember watching it as it did, but Cartoon Network schedule was whacked. Yeah, I think the shows that I really wanted to watch on Cartoon Network never aired when I was actually able to watch, but as also, I think that was largely due to the fact that I was busy with karate classes. It's getting attacked. Just want to make sure that doesn't go down. Got a little spooked by the kobold there. Thank God for streaming now, yeah. I think karate, yeah, I did when I was a small child. I will say muscle memory really sticks though. I beat you up one time, that is slander. Yeah, taekwondo and soccer, but quit martial arts after a year. Are you just not enjoying it? The Juniper beat me up one time. That was a poorly timed message. Was it a poorly timed message? That was cool too. I don't think beating people up is a very cool thing to do. Fortunately, need to upgrade that. Yeah, it's hitting more points in beam damage. Depends on context. Is it? Local bat beat up 6'6" man. Okay, that is quite the headline, I have to admit. No, Raymond. This is the boss wave. So if my proton beams are looking a little low. Really upgrade those so they don't go down. Also, okay. Rip. Do this properly, please. There we are. The stream lagging. It looks like I'm getting yellow bars for connection. It's possible that my stream is that my internet is acting up. Okay, I need to upgrade this. There we are. Okay, can you walk into my defenses, please? There we are. I guess that works. Upgrade this again. Didn't upgrade these as well. Being slightly less frames. Yeah, it's probably just my internet acting up again, unfortunately. I think there might be some new ISPs in my area. Probably worth looking into those. I'll go ahead and upgrade these level 3. Can you beat up the shark nomming on my fiber? Hey, if you can find it, maybe? I think that would be very difficult. Alright, last time. Just barely got that upgraded in time. I doubt that I'll be able to take this out without dying. So hopefully he actually stands on the game this time. I am not in a good spot right now. There we are. Might be a good idea to use my E-Quiz more. Doesn't look like the boss is falling for them though. Yeah. And oh, stuck there. Come on. There's fire everywhere. Boss's down below 600k. All that for just 1/7 of its HP bar. Ow. Spent a little longer than was safe trying to heal there, I think. And I didn't get hit. It's fine. But there we are. It's possible I can actually do this myself without cheesing it. So much fire. Gonna charge very soon. Gosh. I'm almost dead. There we are. I am dead. I just need the boss to land on the beams. Okay, it is actually on the beams. Now it just needs to die before the beams go down. You falls for the bless. So we're halfway done. The shade of this run is out of my hands. What do you think? We get the win here. Boss is dying much faster than my beams are. Okay. Act 1 is done. Me items lying around over here. Some more points and yeah, let's go. Ah. Yeah, hero health. Don't see any more items laying around. Easy peasy. I wouldn't say that was easy, but it did end up falling for the cheese. Should be able to max this out, hopefully. Yes, I should be checking these to see whether they'll be potentially useful later. Honestly, should just stick with my current weapon until level 60. Trying to upgrade another one is just going to take too much mana. Okay, why do I always get the soul focuser? It's not good on EV. Oops. A lot of stuff just doesn't seem better than what I'm using. And the ones that might be I just can't use yet. I mean, this might be better. The minus 11% fire damage resist is not good. Yeah, this is probably worth it, despite the fire resist. This looks better. I at least want to get rid of the penalty to tower range by the time I reach Hill of Court, which is in 3 maps. I'm not exactly in a rush. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, the bracers are actually pretty good, which is nice. Did not run into another worse than not using it accessory. Alright, let's check stat sticks. This is comparable. Wouldn't say it's better. This is a little better, I think. Better damage from my towers, but definitely worse overall. Bruce Throne, how dare you? You know what? Feel free to call you Stinky. Alright, I guess that's it for looking through the items. Go ahead and max this out. I'm Sinky,
The huntress,
and
squire.
it's not very nice. This map is pretty straightforward. I don't think arcades on this map are particularly good. I might just not place any. What could have done before is try to play some, and then I struggle to keep them alive. And out of time. Right, get up to this area before they can hit the crystal. Damage is not bad. For beam damage. And my focus is definitely need to be on hero health and beam damage. In terms of stats, I can put up my buff beams. I'd say I probably will be fine on this map with just proton beams and buff beams. I need to make this one a little longer. I did not have time to roll the chest so off. Probably not too much longer before the next outbreak. When will there be a marketable juniper plushie? I don't know. As far as I'm aware, there is little to no demand for juniper merch. And of course, actually setting that up without losing money requires demand for it. Production costs, yeah. I especially think plushies specifically tend to have very narrow profit margins. You demand it. You create an army of junipers. Maybe I can look into potentially setting that up. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start dumping points into hero health. DM damage seems to be in a very good spot. Look quick, I missed any items. All my buff beams are level 3. Yeah, it doesn't look like any bot shades at all. I'll probably just... Oh, I obviously need blockades for ogres. Everything else, the proton beams seem to be able to handle just fine. Except for wyverns, which obviously fly over the blockades. Yes, I can get my proton beams up to level 1. Nothing else to do right now. Make sure they don't go down at the very least. And so I've kind of been neglecting tower health a little. I've been able to manage at least thanks to equipment. Not actually sure whether it's because of the equipment, but At least helps. And I guess I just wait. Welcome, Bep. I think I'm starting to have some trouble keeping track of who's already been here and who hasn't. I think that just gets harder. The longer you have been streaming for. As in... Well, yeah, the length of the stream does matter in that aspect, but also... How long it's been since you started streaming for the first time. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Whoever's birthday it is. Alright, let's look through these items. Yeah, just gonna stick with this weapon until level 60 because of upgrading costs. Yeah, outs are starting in a few minutes. Have I eaten today? I've eaten a little. Not much though. Gonna have to eat dinner after stream. Welcome, Dan. Back to the mines you go. Had good luck in the mines, balls. But am I planning on eating? Leftovers, probably. I leftover biscuits and gravy and leftover lentils. Yeah, I'm not gonna take that. Do I take this? Better physical resistance, better hero health. I think slightly worse tower stats, but not by much. Sure, I'll take it. Should at least help keep me alive. Okay, this has much better tower stats, but also that physical resistance is awful. You like when I'm alive? As opposed to when I'm not alive? Do I even need the tower stats though is the question. I think at this point in the game my priority is not dying. Yeah, ads are starting here. We'll go ahead and take my break and meet back in a few minutes. Alright, ads are over. I'm back. Still just looking through the items in my box. This probably isn't worth taking. As I was saying, I think at this point in the game, my defenses are already strong enough. And my biggest concern going forward is going to be not dying. If I die, then I'm not going to be able to handle things like wyverns and the boss. That being said, I don't want to sacrifice my tower stats too much. I'll come back, you missed me? Thank you. It was only a few minutes, but... it seems just better overall. What? Much better resistances, but significantly worse tower stats. I don't think I'm gonna take it. Yeah, I think that's probably something I should take into consideration more. Not just what stats I need overall, but also what I need at a specific point in time when evaluating equipment. It's obviously I've been considering what stats I need when, in terms of actual stat points. Haven't really been considering that for equipment. Not sure how to feel about this. A little bit of a hit to tower DPS. A big boost to tower health. Boost to hero health. Nerf to resistances. Big buff to hero damage. I have a tough call. I think physical damage resistance is the most important thing for me right now. Also need to consider fire resist for wyverns and lightning resist for warriors at the upcoming boss. Of course, hero health is always important for survivability, but I don't think Series EV really scales all that well with it. Which is why I'm thinking resistance is more important. It's also not something I can just put points into. That's something I can only get from equipment. Did I already look at stat sticks? I think I did. Maybe. Maybe I didn't. I'd probably do that just in case. And that's not something I can get resistances from though. It says slightly worse tower stats. But does give some hero health. Alright, let's do it. Is that even worth it? I don't think so. It's a tough call. Yeah, I don't think I did check. Otherwise, these would be unlocked. Kind of annoying how if you're playing a class that can equip multiple weapon types, it can jump where you are in the box by equipping a different weapon type. Hurry up. Don't have any upgrades left on that. Resistances aren't bad. Poison resist is only really useful against ogres. Alright, let's just keep going. Onto Castle Armory. Biggest threat here is the Dark Elf Warriors. In 25. Thank God. What was my plan for this map? Right. Um... Do I use 5 cost or 4 cost here? Four cost should be fine, right? And that gives me an extra 5 defense units to use at the front where the ogres come from. I have 25 instead of 20. Hang on a fight. Use a blockade. Reflection beam. I think 4s are good here. Should be able to deal enough damage. So maybe I'm just being greedy. At this point, I've already spent a lot of time on this. And choice time being indecisive. Do 5 blanks here. Thank you for the health check. Health has been checked. Welcome, Wes. Continue to... Okay, taking damage there is not good. Continue to rely on weapon damage quite a bit. On this wave. Enemies spawn from a lot of different directions here. It's like my beams in the back are doing fine, at least for now. Oh, my, I'm doing well, I think. How are you? I feel like I'm questioning myself a lot. Which I guess is... understandable, considering... I feel like I have... I should probably be angling these differently. Should be fine. Instead of us being here. Like to manually defend that area. It's for pet blockades. I have to worry about mages, and I can't just leave it without a blockade. That's where the ogre can come from. Did not open that in time. Oh well. Sleepy, you just woke up. Good morning, I guess. Make sure I actually pay attention to what I'm doing. I made a bend west. What did bluffs even do? I guess that's gonna have to work. It looks very awkward. It is very awkward, but I really have to time to get it just right. Go with the collection beam here. Best beam. Sure. Now hopefully my defenses are able to hold. I can just focus on staying alive and dealing with it. Okay. Probably max out my buff beams. And this is why I really need a reflection beam. Okay, can you walk into the proton beams, please? Like I've already taken some damage. I don't know about mages just being annoying. Don't want to have to use my weapon this wave. It'll walk into the beams eventually, right? Eventually. There we are. I think positioning myself there, that's all I had to do. Not sure how long I would have had to wait for it to walk into them on its own. Okay, is there any other mana laying around? It doesn't look like it. Make sure I'm not leaving items sitting around. Does look like these beams are handling themselves. It's just grab the chest and get mana. Warriors are spawning now. So it looks like these beams are just barely doing their jobs if you get upgraded. I still take a lot of damage. But at least I have a good weapon. Zero level 1. Already had to use my weapon on the warriors, so can't get that XP bonus. Do I need to upgrade these? Probably not. I probably should just focus on the ogre. Go ahead and upgrade these. Oh, some items I haven't picked up. I don't have to worry about picking up items now. Every day it's rigged if I win its pog. I mean, there's definitely some luck involved here, but obviously not entirely luck. So many warriors still alive. Get these upgraded. That's not good. I think I lose now. Wait, ogre just died. Maybe I don't lose actually. Depends on whether my defenses here are going to be able to handle everything. Okay, this warriors can't damage the crystal. That orc is just stuck. So, this warrior should just despawn eventually. Eventually. Not sure how long that's gonna take. I guess I just wait. Yeah, clearly jumping into that pit, trying to run from the warriors was not good. But thankfully my defenses were just strong enough to handle everything on their own. That's not going to be the case going forward, because I have wyverns I need to deal with. Okay, is this thing gonna despawn? Should despawn eventually. And it's not doing anything. It doesn't have any valid targets. There we are. Finally. I get to actually look at stuff. Yeah, I need more hero health. Obviously. My defenses are fine. Some hero damage would also help, I think. I guess that warrior jumped in the pit with me. Oh, one of the two warriors that were on me. Lock everything I can't use. Box is looking pretty full at this point. Okay, not keeping that. The penalty to physical resist is way too big. Even if it has better tower stats, that's not what I need right now. Minus 13. Yeah. Really? Minus 21 tower range. I'm about to start using SAM units. I can't afford that. Yeah, this game really wants me to equip something that reduces my damage resistance. Minus 11 hero speed. It's such a big penalty. I also definitely don't want to sacrifice my tower stats because, as I said, I think they're exactly where they need to be right now. I want to increase my survivability without decreasing my defense, or without weakening my defenses, I should say. And none of this equipment seems to do that. Which is unfortunate. And this increases my tower damage, but decreases my tower health. I don't think that's worth it. Oh well. Also, I probably should clear out some of this godly armor that's not going to be usable. It's not even godly. That one's also not godly. Thank you, Juice, for the bless. And that cleared a little bit of space. Onto Hall of Court. This is where we need to start using SAM units. I think I pretty much remember what my build was for this map. Four links here. The links here. Open Mesa. Links here. Links here. My spacing is correctly. Same thing on this side. Right here. Hey, man, that cricken. Ideally, I don't need to do anything here. I most likely will. Yeah, some of them are just going around. Any XP boost for this wave? Get up the rest of my Procon beams. Wyverns are spawning now. Very early in the map. I think the only map they spawn wave 1 on is the ramparts. To rebuild this one, that's actually centered. Get up a SAM unit here. SAM unit here. Open the chest. Watch for Ironman wyverns. These do not seem to be firemen. SAM unit actually seems a little weaker than I'd like it to be. Alright, do need better hero stats or power stats. I think it was do undo you reflection beam. Or reflection beams. We have 12 defense units. No, I need more hero health. Guess I just do buff beams. Why is that only going to 5? Oh. Better reflection beam up here. Don't wanna miss the equipment. Probably still missed some, but could upgrade these. Try open the chests. Seems fire immune. There's another fire immune wyvern over here. 2, actually. Should make sure I pay attention to this side more closely. Yeah, I don't even know how my crystals took damage there. My reflection beams should be stopping that from happening. Should just be wyverns to worry about. This can be a very annoying map. Get these upgraded. Pick these up while I'm thinking about it. Honestly, I could probably use some power range for these SAM units. How much longer am I going for? Probably not much longer, actually. We do need to eat dinner and do some cleaning. And do some editing. These are doing fine for now. Didn't upgrade this. Not look at exactly how many wyverns were coming, but not seeing any fire immunities over here. There's definitely some over here. Okay. He's dying. Is that the reflection beam? Mages are swarming. We're gonna upgrade these. Wait, upgrade the reflection beam, please. There we are. You stop that. Repeat this. Yeah. It should be enough range. Upgrade the buff beams again. 12 wyverns per side this time. I think you need to stay on top of that. Pick these up before the timer runs out. Probably good, and I need to focus on wyverns for now. This one's fire immune. Getting shielded by the mages. These mages are a problem. You take these out. Elders down. Or wyverns over here. This is kind of chaotic. Yeah. These mages are a big problem. Don't look like there are any more wyverns. Okay. Just barely managed to survive this map. put more points into these stats. In more hero health and probably more tower damage as well. Easy, I definitely wouldn't call it that. I think I want to end before the next ad break, but that's probably going to be very soon. Guess I'll try to look through these quickly. So this box is almost completely full. Definitely need more time to look through these than I have. Semi-easy. I don't think I could go that as far as to say that. Yeah, ad break notification already popped up. I think I'm gonna have to go through these next time. Just gonna go ahead and block everything I can't use yet. Time to decide who to raid, I guess. Who is streaming right now? I could raid EOS. Let's look good and do that. Alright. If you're watching on YouTube and would like to join the raid, feel free to switch over to Twitch. Should be streaming again next week. Most likely run and bun. Trying to get my next video out as soon as possible, but it's taking a while. Gauge luck, again, is hopefully going to start soon, but is still getting delayed. Today, I seem to have a good run going despite the rough start. Currently really hanging on, but potentially going to make it all the way with this one. Which is hopefully the case. But that's it for today. As always, thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next one.